guys obviously seen the new intro on the beginning of this. So this is my series. I was saying in a bunch of my videos for quite a while that I'm going to be starting a new series this year, and this is it. My main reason for that is because everybody did living the lawn care lifestyle, everybody did this week in lawn care, and I just wanted to be a little bit different. I'm a little different anyway, I'm kind of goofy. But anyway, I wanted to be original, and I like to have stuff that's different than everyone else. So, anyways, I titled it the Lawn Care Journal Series, and instead of like episode 1, episode 2, it'll be titled as entry 1, entry 2, things like that. I thought that was pretty neat. I don't know, some of you may think it's stupid, but I thought it was pretty neat, so that's what we're gonna do. If you guys watched my video I posted last night, it was, well, I don't know, I guess that matters if I post this video today, which I'm sure I'm going to be. I did that wild boar hunt with my buddy Scott. Now, him and I have been friends since we were real little, and both of us are very religious in the way that we hunt. We don't play around, we don't play games, and we don't really like to hunt with other people, just because a lot of the people that we know that hunt like to take stupid shots when it's not safe, or when they're not guaranteed to make a good shot. In other words, I know people that just shoot a deer that are way far away, that there's not a great chance that they have a clean shot all the way through, or that they're going to make a good solid hit. And I can't stand when people just shoot an animal and wound it. That shit pisses me off. So, you know, make a clean shot, put it down, be done with it, and that's how it should be. I don't like to see people that do that crap, and then the animal goes off and suffers, and they never find it. And but anyway, so him and I have been hunting a long time, and so we wanted to, for years and years, we wanted to do a wild boar hunt, but we always thought we had to go to like Florida or Texas to do it. We didn't realize you could do it so close. So the place we chose was the Tioga Ranch. It's in Tioga Junction, Pennsylvania, almost on the New York-PA border. It took about 3 hours to get there from my house. So we went out and did that, and those people were phenomenal. Great people, great guides, great people all the way around. There was a bunch of guys there hunting from like Connecticut, New Hampshire, all over, and they were in different parties. When we hunted, it was just me and my buddy Scott and the 2 guides that went with us. But it was a lot of fun. What a great time. If you watch that video, you'll see I ended up getting 2 boars with 1 shot. My plan was to take my bow, and Scott and I both were going to bow hunt, but I was so busy for the couple weeks leading up to it, I didn't get any time to practice with my bow. And any of you guys that are bow hunters, you know, if you go 2-3 weeks and you're not shooting any arrows out of that bow, you get out of the practice of it, and you get your just your muscle memory from drawing back that bow. You know, you lose it quick. And so I just did not, with how much it cost, I didn't want to take the chance of not being successful and risking it. So I decided to take my Marlin 30-30 lever action. And so when we were hunting, I let Scott shoot first, because I figured once I shot, everything was going to be gone, because that gun's so loud. And so he shot, and his Rage broad tips that he has on his arrows went in one side of that boar, and it come out the other side about 6-7 inches. And that thing just took off, and then it just stopped and wandered around, was eating. It was like nothing. I couldn't believe it. It blew my mind, because you shoot a deer like that thing's going down. But it was, so it went off, and anyway, we regrouped, and then the whole pack of them came back up, and the one that he had shot kind of like drifted back a little bit. So I had sighted in on another one that drifted away from the pack, probably about 10 feet or so. And I had my scope right on him. I had him right in my crosshairs. I was ready to pull the trigger, and Scott shoots a second arrow at the one that he had already shot, just to put it down, because it wasn't going down. And just as I started to squeeze off, his second arrow contacted that boar, and that thing squealed so damn loud, it spooked the rest of them, and the other 5 ran right up behind the one I had in my crosshairs. And when I shot, I went in one, out the other side, into the next one, and out to that one. I ended up shooting 2 deer with one, or 2 deer. I ended up shooting 2 boar with 1 round, and that got expensive. The total cost for our trip, for 1 boar, including your night in the lodge stay, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner the first day, and breakfast and lunch the second day, plus the let's see here, plus, you know, they skin it, they gut it, they butcher it up, and then they cut it up any way you want, vacuum seal it all in packs, and they put it in your cooler for you and pack it nice for the ride back. Everything included, it was $900 a person. So they when I got that second one, he goes, "I'll cut you a deal." He goes, the guy that was with us, he goes, "Man, I'll give you a deal." He goes, that doesn't happen nearly as much as you would think it does. He goes, "I'll give you a deal." So he gave me a good deal on the second one, and I didn't pay nowhere near what I paid, you know, for the original hunt. So, but it did get pretty expensive, and we had a lot of fun. It was a really good time. But anyway, so that sums up that video. What I'm doing now, it is 7:18 on Monday morning. Today is the first day of my cuts. I don't know who that was. I think it was my wife. Today's the first day of my cuts, and I sent everyone an email on a week and a half ago and told them all that the first cuts will start the week of the 18th. And I told them all, I said, any yards I'll walk them all first, any yards that have any damp spots, any holding water, super soft spots that I know my mowers will destroy, I'll just skip those areas and mow the rest. If too much of the property is like that, then I'll just give it another week and then go. And a lot of people didn't think that was going to happen. We had some cooler temperatures, we got light snow of like 1.5 inches. But then we went, it's been 5 days now, with 5 or 6 days now with 0 rain, and it's been in the high 60s every day. And I think today yesterday hit 70 or 71. Today's supposed to be 70 degrees. It's bright as hell out already. It's warm out already. I think it's like 50 degrees right now. And so that's big temps for our area. Usually I don't start my mowing till the end of the second week, maybe the beginning of the third week of May, and today is April 18th. So that's a huge jump. That's giving me like an extra whole month of mowing. But anyway, so I'm heading out to the dealer where I bought my Scag. You guys watched that video last year, August, whenever I bought that Scag. I think it was in August. I wanted the bagging system for it, but the price was pretty high. I didn't really care about the price. It was the fact they wouldn't waive the $150 freight, if you guys remember that video. And it was the principle of the whole thing. It pissed me off. I gave them thousands for that mower, and then I was going to give them another $1,599 for the bagging system, plus the $150 freight. And it just pissed me off, so I didn't do it. And then you guys saw that I ended up making a bagging system for that Scag. Now I know that system will work pretty well. There's a few flaws in it. It comes down to when I got to empty the can and this and that. And I think it's going to end up being a pain in the ass. I think it'll work as far as bagging goes. It'll work pretty well, but the whole general in-use using it thing is going to be a huge pain in the ass. But I figured I'd just roll with it and see what happens this year. Well, the dealer called me like last Thursday morning, and he said, "You still interested in that bagging system?" And I told him, I said, "Listen, dude, it wasn't the price, it was the principle of the whole thing." He goes, "Well, I'm calling you because Scag's running a special for spring." He goes, "And now they're listing that bag for $12.49. I said, "Okay." I said, "It's still the freight. It's still the point of the freight. That's what pissed me off." So they decided they're going to waive the freight anyway. So he'd give it to me for $12.49 plus waive the freight. So I was on board. I figured, you know what, this bagging system is the actual one for it. It's going to make a huge difference. The only thing is, part of the kit comes with the weight kit for the front of it, which I already have, and it comes with a set of gator mulching blades and a set of super high lift blades, which I already have. And I asked him, can you deduct those from the kit and lower the price even more? And he said, no, they won't do it because it's a kit. It all comes together. And I said, all right. So now I'll just have an extra weight kit. I'll have extra gator blades and I'll have extra super high lift blades. So that's the case. But anyway, I said, go ahead and order it. I paid for it over the phone. He said it'd take about a week and a half to get it in. Well, he called me Saturday morning when I was at my hunt and said it was in already. So it took like 3 days. I was like, wow, that was super fast. So I said, I'll be there first thing Monday morning to get it. So that's where I'm going right now. I'm going to pick up this bagging system, and then it's time to start mowing. We're going to do some mowing today. I'm excited as hell. It's, you know, this is the year I'm going solo, and I'm going to start kicking out these lawns. I got, I think, 7 or 8 of them to do today, something like that are regular ones that I've had. And then I have 3 or 4 that this is my first year doing them. So I'm excited. We're going to kick it off. I'm going to take this phone call and stay with the video. Watch it to the end, guys. It's going to be good. All right, guys. Well, we are on to day 2 of mowing. I know I know yesterday I said, let's get going and do some mowing, but it didn't happen that way. I actually got a late start because when I got back with that bagging system, I thought it was something I just put together real quick, and after I put it together, down the road I go. But no, there's apparently baffles you have to bolt to the inside of the deck and stuff that help increase the airflow for the bagging system. It's just, I guess, something Scag did because for this bagging system, there's no turbine off the side of the deck, but instead of a 6-inch or 7-inch tube like they use on most bagging systems, the tube for this one is 8-inch. So even though you don't have the turbine coming off the side of the deck, it keeps from the chute clogging up because it's more open, and it allows more to pass through without getting clogged up. And then at the same time, they have the baffles that help increase the airflow even more. So I guess it's a pretty good system for not having a turbine on the side of a deck, which I'd have preferred, but I guess it's just not an option for this mower. But anyway, so I didn't use it at all yesterday. I thought I was going to need it on a few lawns, and I didn't. I think today there's 3 lawns I think I may need it on today, but we'll find out when we get there. I didn't film any of them yesterday because there was a bunch of new ones they're new this year. I think there was 3 or 4 new ones, and I didn't know if anyone was there or not, and I haven't had the chance to learn their vehicles yet, so I don't know if anyone's there or if they park in the garage or whatever. So I just didn't want to take a chance of making somebody angry on them first ones, which they all seem pretty cool. I don't think they would have minded, but sometimes people find that a little weird. They're like, what's going on here? So anyway, that and combined with I wanted to time it. I bought a stopwatch about a month ago, and I have it hanging right inside the trailer, and I wanted to time these lawns. I wanted to see how long they take me, especially the ones that I've been doing for a couple years, but it was always me and another guy or me and 2 other guys. So I wanted to see how long they took me to do them by myself. Now, before I started this year, I kind of wrote a rough estimate down of times of how long I thought they would take me to do on my own. So I wanted to time them to see if that's how long it really took. And none of them took longer than I thought they were gonna. As a matter of fact, a lot of them took a lot less time than I thought they were gonna. I really realized there was an issue when a couple of the lawns that would normally take 40-45 minutes with me and another guy, I was doing them start to finish in about 28 to like 32 minutes roughly. That's mind-boggling. I don't know how that even happens. A lot of fucking around would be my guess, but you know, excuse the language, but you know, it is what it is when I can do a lawn start to finish by myself. And I wasn't hauling ass. I was just moving at a steady pace I wasn't trying to run a marathon or anything. I just wanted to move at a steady pace and see on average how long they would take me to do. So that's another reason why I didn't film yesterday, is because I wanted to know. And setting up cameras and everything else, you know, that of course is going to take time, so that wouldn't allow me to have a good accurate time of how long these would take. I am going to film a few of them today, so you will see them on this video. There's a few that don't really matter one way or the other, and I know roughly. A couple of them I've already done in the past on my own when my guys didn't show up or whatever, so I know how long they'll take me. And then maybe I'll just film another one or two and we'll see. But yeah, so that's the case, and it turned out I had a lot of fun yesterday mowing on my own. It really didn't bother me to the point to where I thought I would be thinking halfway through a day, damn, I really wish I had another guy. Nope, not at all. I loved it. Worked at my own pace, did my own thing, and I loved it. It was a lot of fun. So I got burnt to hell and back. My shoulders from here down, because I wasn't wearing I was only wearing a sleeveless shirt all day. That got burnt. The back of my neck got burnt. I'm burnt right up. So that's good, because I burn once a year in the beginning of the year, and then I just get dark and dark and dark, and I'm like dark brown within no time. I just get darker all year. I only burn once. So we'll get that first burn out of the way, and I'll be good to go. But yeah, so we're going to go hit some more lawns today, and I'm going to film some of them for you guys today so you can see, because I know just watching videos where people just talk, it's boring as hell, and a lot of you guys just skip through to the next parts and instead of watching the whole thing anyway. But I don't know, but that's it. So that's the case. I knocked out a bunch of them yesterday. They took a lot less time than I thought they were gonna, which means I can squeeze more into that day on Mondays anyway if I want to. I did 13 lawns yesterday is what I ended up doing. And I don't have any today. I got like 2 or 3 small like city lot type things, so most of my lawns are out in like the suburbs, out in the country and stuff. You know, a lot of them are around a ½ acre a piece. It's a pretty decent sized lawn. So I did 13 of them yesterday. None of them were real close together. A bunch of them were spaced a little bit apart. Not too bad. I think I put a total of 10 or 12 miles on the truck all day, but I didn't leave the house till 20 to 10 after I got done putting that bagging system together and everything, and I was back to my house at 3:28. I got back to my house with only one left to do, and that was my neighbor's house. So, and that was when 2 of my customers stopped and talked to me for 20 minutes apiece. I knew that was going to happen. They always do in the beginning of the year. And I took like a 20-25 minute lunch. So 20 minutes apiece talking to them 2 customers, 25-minute lunch, and 13 lawns done. And I did it in that short of a time. Usually I'm out of the house every year by 8 a.m. The guys are here by 10 to 8, quarter to 8, and I'm out by 8 a.m. on my way to the first lawn. So starting at almost 10 o'clock and then finishing at like 3:30 with just one lawn to go right next door, which I mow mine at the same time. Our yards connect, so technically I'm getting paid to mow my own lawn this year. That's great. So that ain't crap. I can start earlier at 8 like I am this morning, and I can work so much later. So I really don't want to work till 7 every night, but you know, I can if I want to. So that means that allows me a lot of leeway time. So at least I know I can squeeze more lawns into a Monday. I only booked so many lawns because I was playing it safe. I wasn't sure how the year was going to turn out, but with doing it by myself. So at least I know now I can squeeze more into Monday, and we'll see what the deal is for Tuesday. But one thing I did yesterday, I had 2 bottles of water, and then I filled up my water bottle here with Mio, because that's all I drink in the summer, water with Mio in it. If I drink Pop, Gatorade, any of that crap, I start getting cramped up. It's horrible. But I never washed out my 5-gallon water cooler like y'all seen last year I had in my other trailer. I never washed it out from last year, so I didn't get to fill that yesterday morning. So I washed that last night, and I filled it up this morning. It's in the trailer now, and I'm going to go get a bag of ice to throw in there to keep it cold. And so now I'll have water for all day, which yesterday it was sparing, and it was driving me nuts. A couple of you guys asked what I film with. This is the GoPro Reach. It extends up to 44 inches. I use this sometimes, and then I have just a regular cheap what's this, a Targus TG42TT. It's the tripod, and this extends out too. And I just took the regular screw-in top off it, and I double-sided 3M tape a GoPro mount to it, so I can just pop my cameras in and out of either one of them. I have the GoPro mount on the dash of both my trucks. I pop it in and out of there, so everything's quick and easy. That's how I set them up a while ago. But anyway, that's what I film with. That's what I mount them to. And then the only other thing I use sometimes, if I have a metal surface, I have this magnet with a GoPro mount on it. I snap it in here and just stick it to anything metal. It's got like 90 pounds of pull on it, so it pretty much stays on anything. I do have a clamp too. As a matter of fact, I think that's right behind the seat here. Yeah. Oh. I have this here. This bends all around. The GoPro mounts into. It clips right there. I can clip it on anything I want. I use that as well sometimes. So I'm set all the way around. But that's what I do. And I use the GoPro Hero with the LCD screen. That's what I use. I have other cameras. I really don't use them that much though. And then sometimes for trimming, I have these sunglasses, and they have a camera right in them. And it just takes an SD card in the side. So sometimes I use these when I'm trimming, because it's easier than keep setting up a camera or holding a camera or mounting it to the trimmer. I just use those. I haven't used them much in the past, so we're going to try them out a lot more this year. But all right, that's enough talking. We're going to get on it now, and I'm going to go get that ice. And it rained a little bit overnight last night, so the grass is a little damp, but my first lawn all has to be push mowed anyway. So I'm going to go get ice. We're going to go knock that one out and get on with the day here, and I'll try to film as much as I can for you guys. All right, so be patient. Please watch all my videos start to finish, and don't just skip through them. And you never know what kind of important stuff I might say. Yeah, right. But anyway, watch them. They're good stuff. I promise. I try to keep them from being too boring. All right, guys, stick with me. Let's do this. All right, I didn't film that first one, obviously. That one kicked my ass. That was one that we push mow. I'm usually out of there in about 15 minutes if I do it by myself, maybe 20. I was there for about 40-45 minutes. The whole front yard, I had to weed whack the whole yard down first. It was like 1.5 feet tall. Not really, it was like 1 foot tall though. And I had to weed whack the whole thing down, then I raked it. It's a hill. It's a front yard and it's a hill. It's about that steep. So I weed whacked the whole thing down. I raked it down to the sidewalk. And then I went over it and I mowed it, and then I had to mow it a second time. I was going to put the bag on, but it was wet because it was all those wild onions that are a bitch that never chop up with a push mower. So yeah, so I mowed it twice, and then I raked it down one more time, and it looks great now. But holy crap, that was a doozy. I don't know if you guys can see this, but here, let me stop them. See my eye? It was itching like crazy 2 days ago. I had it on my face when I came back from that hunting trip. I don't know what the hell it was or what I did, but it's like kind of making its way to my eye now. I can see it looking out my eye. But I took Benadryl yesterday morning and then again last night. I forgot to this morning, but it seems like it's gone away now. The itching anyway, but that's still there. I don't know what the case is, but yeah. So anyway, I'm thirsty as hell, and I forgot to fill up my water bottle. So today we got berry pomegranate Mio. Put a little bit in there. I don't use very much, just enough to break up the taste, because I don't like the taste of just regular water. Brian from Top Notch puts an entire one of those things in a gallon of water. That's insane. He likes that sugary stuff. Kudos to you, Brian. Alright, so let's go fill up this water bottle and get to do some trimming here. Gonna be nice and ice cold. I put 3 gallons of water in there before I left, and then stopped and picked up a bag of ice, and Ah, that's cold. All right. All right, guys. So those are the new mounts that go on the back of the Scag. There's the bagging system with the 2 bags in it, and then there's the tube they send with the piece of clips on the side of the deck. So that's that. I don't know if I'm going to be using that today, but we'll find out. So time to do some trimming. Just got done with another one. That was another new one, so I didn't want to film it. I know the guy. He used to be my dispatcher when I worked for the armored truck company. So he probably wouldn't have gave a crap anyway. I mean, he could care less. But it was a new one, and I just wanted to check it out first and get it mowed up, get it taken care of, and a nice small one, nice easy one. But the last one I filmed, well, you guys would have seen it just before this, so I did another one since then. But the last one I filmed where I showed a little bit of that trimming and then a little bit of mowing the backyard, and then you got to watch my ugly mug for the front yard. That one, I believe I made a video on that one last year in the beginning of the year. It was called First Cut of 2015, and I was on the Great Dane Stander actually. And that was that backyard. So I've had that one for a few years now. That's a nice lawn. It's an easy one to do, easy one to trim, easy one to mow. Really good lawn. But now we're on to another one. I'm not sure if I've ever filmed this one. I've had this one for 3 years. Well, this is the 4th year now I've had this one. And then right around the corner from that one, I have another new one, a good sized one. And it's the cousins of the other one I do. So I was going in that neighborhood for one lawn and for 3 years, and the cousins called me. They want it this year. They want their lawn. They want their lawn done. So that will that'll make 2 in that neighborhood, which is good. I mean, it's not like it's far away or nothing, but it was just I was going in that neighborhood for one lawn. So it is weird because every time I'd mow it, every year there's tons of people walk up and down the street. Everybody would wave and stop us and tell us how beautiful the lawn looked, what a great job we did. But nobody else ever signed on for lawn care there. But anyway, so a lot of people in that neighborhood mow their own lawn. But anyway, so we're going to go to that one now. Not the new one, but go to the other one first. That one usually grows like wildfire all year long, so hopefully it won't be too bad of a deal. We'll see if I can. I'm not going to film trimming that Alright guys, this is the one I told you that I need this walk behind for. A belt drive walk behind will not hold this hill, only a hydro will. I know mowing it here, it doesn't look very steep. Trust me, the shed down there is on the lower landing. It's a hell of a lot steeper than it looks. And it's just a pain in the butt to do. They pay very well for it. This is my 3rd year doing it. Actually 4th year doing it. It's my 4th year doing it, and that's why. I'm going to speed it up here. And in just a minute I'm going to grab the camera and I'm going to show you guys the actual pitch of it. Right there, looks like you can ride it all day with a 0-turn or a stander. Trust me, it's a lot steeper than it looks, and riding it with a 0-turn or a stander isn't going to happen. I'm sure some brave cowboy will say, oh, I ride that thing all day long. Well, good, lucky you. And when you die, then you can have bragging rights for mowing a hill like this. But I've ridden some pretty steep hills, and this ain't one of them. You can kind of see here how steep it is. See, even there, it looks a hell of a lot steeper than what it looked like when I was mowing it. Yep, just like the freak. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Hell no. I really need to drop this lawn. It just never did it, and I might. A little thumbs up, thumbs down like the freak used to do. But I thought it was warranted on that one there. Holy cow. That I've had that lawn for 3 years, and you guys have heard me say before in my videos that I keep this old girl for one specific lawn. Ow, that's the lawn. It is a PETA lawn. It pays very good, which is why I keep it. Yeah, that's why I keep it. But I either need a new walk behind or I need to ditch it. We'll see.